Hello everyone, hope y'all are doing well today. I want to welcome y'all to the Daily Reader podcast on the Tony's Journey YouTube channel, where we read from a daily reader or a devotional, and we learn tools and principles, including but not limited to prayer, meditation, and breath work that help us to stay more present and to live better lives. So if that's something you're looking for, you're in the right place. We meet on here Tuesday through Thursdays at 7 a.m. and Friday through Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to this channel for content and podcast episodes. Get a little red going this morning, y'all. I love my projector here. See if we can do that a little bit. Yeah. Kind of like that actually. I'm just going to see if I can get maybe a little light in. There we go. Yeah. Y'all can see a little bit more of my projector this morning. Let me see. I might better turn on. Lay around with this just for a second, y'all. Just a little bit here. There we go. All right. So go ahead and find a stopping point in whatever you're doing this morning, and just find somewhere where you can be comfortable for about the next 10 minutes. Somewhere relaxed as well, somewhere safe. Not driving down the road, obviously. Not riding your bicycle, motorcycle, anything like that. So if you're doing that, go ahead and pull over. Parking lot somewhere. I'll give you a little bit of time here, probably another minute or so to get there. I wonder if I can lay around with a little something else here. Might be a little too bright now. That looks good, I think. While y'all doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and light the candle this morning as well. Yep, it's time to get my candle extension. There we go. Well, blew it right out. My candle extension, my lighter, my longer lighter. There we go. White signifies cleansing and purity. Y'all didn't know that. Learned something new this morning. Alright, so go ahead and, if you're comfortable doing so, go ahead and close your eyes this morning. And just take some slow, deep breaths. Breathing in your nose and out your mouth. This morning, go ahead and focus on going to do the any kind of feelings that you have that come up, or emotions, whatever you choose to label that. And just notice them. Don't really matter what it is. Fear, sadness, anger. Gratitude, peace, joy, love. Skepticism. Whatever it is. And just allow it to be in your body this morning. Don't fight it. Don't try to push it down. Just feel those feelings. Continue breathing. In the nose, out the mouth. No need to judge your feelings, they're just feelings. Feelings aren't facts. And also, what you resist persists, so just let them be there as they are. My experience with this, if you do that, is, or I should say when I do that, is they eventually dissipate, pass through me. And oftentimes I'll feel lighter and feel better once I get on the other side of them. You can also notice where the feeling is in the body. Right now mine's in the chest. Feeling a bit of anxiety in my chest and my throat as well. Maybe a little bit of fear. But it's okay. No need to judge it. It's good or bad. Just allow it to be there. You can also notice if there's a story. Don't get into too much story, but you can also notice if there's a story that comes up behind those feelings. Right now, my left shoulder is freaking absolutely killing me. I heard it last week at FedEx, and so I'm a little bit kind of worried about this morning when I go in, how I'm going to do on the truck. In some pain right now. I already had left shoulder issues, but it worsened last week. Probably worse as it's ever been. Because I moved the package, picked it up and moved it the wrong way, lifted it up the wrong way, set it down the wrong way, so that was a problem. I'm already in physical therapy for it, but I started that several weeks ago, so it's just, the condition is, it's been there. Calcified tendonitis has been there for several years, but more than likely my chiropractor told me yesterday I probably just strained a muscle or something. So we'll get it looked at on Friday when I go in. But yeah, a story. A lot of times there's a story behind our emotions, a story we're telling ourselves. And whether it's true or not, right? It could be connected to our feelings. Or maybe not, right? It could be either one there. A lot of times I don't necessarily have a story. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. just joining, I appreciate you being here with us this morning. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do one more breath. After that, we'll do the healer's prayer. So for this last breath, just take it in deep as you can, breathing in your nose. On the exhale, release it audibly, letting go of any tension, conscious or unconscious, that you might be holding on to in the body. And prayer. I am here only to be truly helpful. I am here to represent him or who sent me. I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do, because he or she who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever he or she wishes, knowing that he or she goes there with me. I will be healed as I let him or her teach me to heal. If you are curious about where that prayer comes from, it's chapter 2 in a book called A Course in Miracles. Okay. Gonna get some light on here, y'all. Get started with our reading today. Oh, what? I'm gonna see if that comes back on. It might be a little bit better. A little bit better lighting. Yeah. I like that. So, alright, so steps 1, 2, and 3 open doors to profound and meaningful changes. The effects of being raised in an addict family seemed as fixed in me as my eye color. 2 traits come to mind: turning to emotionally unavailable people for support and engaging in self-doubt and self-hate. With the help of my sponsor, I now see that these and other traits, not other people, are the source of my anguish. That insight, however, was only the beginning. The real freedom came when I finally admitted I couldn't get better on my own, which lifted my denial. My powerlessness filled my lungs, brushed my skin, beat in tandem with my heart. I stood at the edge of acceptance, took a step, and free fell into step 1. I realized that if only I could remember I was truly powerless over these effects and not try to pretend otherwise, I would be fine. Why? Because of step 2. A power greater than myself can help me. What that power is and how it can help me doesn't matter. It is only important that I can place my restless hope in this power. In step 3, I surrender my thoughts, feelings, actions, dreams, needs, my whole life to the care of this power. I bought myself a special ring to wear, and I touch it sometimes hourly to remind myself that I am not alone and that these 3 steps are my stepping stones to surrender, sanity, and eventual serenity. I have used them in quick sequence many times. My life has changed for the better and continues to improve. I feel more like me than I have in 20 years. Thought for the day: this is the prayer of powerlessness, to ask only for guidance. The more I feel my smallness and powerlessness, the more I grow in spirituality. And that's from the book Having Had a Spiritual Awakening, page 159. My experience, y'all, working the 12 steps, and I've been through step 9, and then I kind of skipped around. I didn't do 10 really, but I do 11 and 12. So that's one I have to still need to go back and do, honestly, since I did it out of sync. But the steps are really in my experience, a program for living. It's not just a one-time thing. I guess you could do it one time. Some people may do it one time, but it's benefited me so tremendously that there's just no need to do that, right? I try to stay in the steps every single day of my life. I use the slogans. I use the principles. And they really help me live life on a daily basis and live life in peace most of the time. Not to say some stuff don't come up and try to throw me off kilter, because it does. But for the most part, I can get back to it pretty quick when it does. Love playing with my projector over here, y'all. But yeah, what I really I think what stood out to me on this is surrender. I think the more I surrender my will for God's will, the better things get. And I'm not going to say that's easy. Sometimes it's challenging. The self, which is my ego, a lot of times fights against that. So it's a day-to-day, my opinion, it's a day-to-day, it can be a day-to-day, I was going to say a day-to-day battle, maybe a day-to-day struggle instead, maybe a better word. But yeah, it's about living God's will, doing the best I can, taking it one day at a time. And also, another thing I see here is turning to emotionally unavailable people for support. Turning to people for support, the support you need, that can't give it, right? There's some people can't give what we need. And sometimes we just have to accept that, right? Have to accept it and move on and get what we need from God, right? If we get what we need from God, we don't have to get it from other people anyway. My sponsor tells me that. He's told me that several times. A lot of times it really throws me for a loop. I'm like, wait a minute, no. I need people to give me my needs, right? But when you get God to give you your needs, He said you don't really have to have that. Have to have other people give you your needs, and you're really relying on God to meet your needs. And your need, obviously they can come from other people in your life, but the big thing is trusting God to meet your needs and going to God for your needs. Going to God for love. Getting love from God is specifically an example for me. I go to God for love, and God loves me, I believe, unconditionally. He loves me regardless of my past mistakes, my future mistakes. Crudy, good morning. I'm doing good. How are you today? Just saw your comment pop up on here. So yeah, I think it's also about getting myself out of the way. So if I can just step out of the way and let God come through me in my life, I tend to feel better. I'm more happy. But it's about getting the self or the ego out of the way, from my experience anyway. So maybe hopefully some of y'all can relate to that. Sometimes when the self gets in, it creates problems, and I just seem to do better. Things just seem to flow better, y'all. In my life, my experience with the steps, things seem to flow better when I get myself out of the way and I just allow God to run my life and God to come through me. It's powerful, y'all. So yeah, something y'all should consider if you've never done that. Just let your thoughts, feelings, and action go, and let God guide your thoughts, feelings, and actions instead of you deciding which thoughts, feelings, and actions you're gonna take, right? All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I trust y'all got something out of today's reading. It's always great to come on here and connect with y'all. And I look forward to seeing everybody bright and early tomorrow morning, if y'all can be here. If not, I'm sure you can catch a replay. They'll be on YouTube here, as well as also put the link on my social media. Really, just right now, mainly just my Facebook. Probably eventually might put them on TikTok and Instagram and whatnot. So we'll see about doing that as well. So without further ado, y'all, have a great day. Peace and love from my side.